Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, November 30th, 2024. What do avocados and Joshua trees have in common? Both were regular food for megafauna, which is a broad category of the giant prehistoric animals that aren't around today. According to the Sloth Conservation Foundation, giant land sloths would eat fruits like avocados whole, which would then, disperse the giant seed in its presumably giant droppings. These giant sloths weren't just slightly bigger than modern sloths either. These things were estimated to be as big as 12 feet tall and 4 tons. These giant sloths were also around the Mojave Desert, and when they were looking for something to go with those avocados, they would eat the white waxy flowers and fruits of the Joshua trees, spreading their seeds far and wide throughout the Morongo Basin. When the Ice Age ended and the Mojave became closer to what we are experiencing today, those megafauna died out and gave way to smaller mammals and a slower spread for the Joshua tree. Paleontologists haven't found any giant sloth fossils in the Joshua Tree National Park, but they did find one in Mitchell Caverns in the Mojave National Preserve. The fossils they have found in JTNP are pretty wild, though. Columbian mammoths, camels, horses, llamas, bison, and American pronghorn used to roam a cooler, wetter Joshua tree. But I saved my favorites for last. The dire wolf, which was only slightly larger than modern-day wolves, despite their imposing name. According to the Joshua Tree National Park's website, only a partial tooth of a dire wolf has been found inside the park, but evidence of the dire wolf's reign in Southern California is evident in fossil records at the La Brea tar pits. And the famous saber-toothed cat is believed to have lived inside the park, although fossil evidence has yet to be unearthed. Humans are now the megafauna, and instead of ingesting Joshua tree seeds, we're out planting them. Volunteers planted nearly 798 Joshua tree seedlings in the Sema Dome area of the Mojave National Preserve this fall. The area was scorched by a wildfire in 2020 that decimated over 40,000 acres of Joshua tree forest. Let's hope for a wet winter so those trees can get established, and you can check this story on our website for links and more info on the prehistoric Mojave Desert. The 29 Palms Art Gallery is holding their third annual holiday art market today. It's free to get in, and you can purchase a special item or gift directly from the artist or crafter that made them. If you know someone who deserves some unique art from the high desert, stop by the 29 Palms Art Gallery today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The historic gallery is located on the corner of Cottonwood and National Park Drive in bustling 29 Palms. Find more info at 29palmsartgallery.com. And tomorrow at La Matadora, there'll be a special artist talk with all three artists from their current show, Low Hanging Magic. Frau Sakura will be discussing her finely detailed historical fiction-based paintings, while Tony Buhagiar will answer any questions you may have for him regarding his cosmic comic style. And Aaron Shepard will share some thoughts about the act of creating art in our times of turmoil. The talk begins at 5 p.m. and the gallery is open today and tomorrow from 12 noon to 5 p.m. Were you aware that 29 Palms had an airport? If you drive out Highway 62 towards Wonder Valley and keep an eye on your right, you'll come across a runway and hangars that house some unique flying machines. Last weekend, they hosted their monthly fly-in gathering, and reporter Hillary Sloan went out and spent the afternoon admiring the vintage planes, and she joins us with this report.
Sunday was perfect for visiting the 29 Palms Airport and mingling with aircraft owners, historians, and enthusiasts. The airport closest to the Joshua Tree National Park entrance and the 29 Palms Marine Corps base dates back to World War II, when the military created a series of small runways for training glider pilots. On Sunday, approximately 30 people gathered to admire vintage and unique aircraft and meet the owners. Children hung on to their parents' hands and danced around the planes while parents inspected them. Some aircraft are rare, like Kevin King's kit plane, the SQ-2000. I spoke to King about his plane.
My name's Kevin King. There were 37 kits sold. This is the only flying SQ.
The Vintage Aircraft Show gives owners a property tax exemption and highlights rural airports' critical role in history and connecting the community in emergencies. The next vintage show, whose theme is Santa, will be held next month. I'm looking forward to seeing who flies in. For more information, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Morongo Basin Station, and the Morongo Unified School District have announced the launch of a winter clothing drive to support students in need throughout the Morongo Basin. The drive will be running for the next 3 weeks, giving the community plenty of opportunity to make a difference in the lives of local youth this winter. Reporter Gabriel Hart joins us with the type of clothing they're looking for and where you can drop them off.
The Winter Clothing Drive aims to collect warm clothing items, including jackets, coats, sweaters, hoodies, gloves, hats, scarves, and socks. Newer gently used items in all sizes will be accepted. Donations can be dropped off at designated collection points, including the Morongo Basin Station and participating Morongo Unified School District locations. The collected clothing will be distributed to students who may lack the necessary attire to stay warm during the colder months. School Resource Officer Deputy Coakley said, quote, "This is a chance for our community to come together and ensure that no student in the Morongo Basin has to face the cold without proper clothing. We are committed to supporting our students and families, and we're grateful for the generosity of our community members," unquote. The drive began last Friday and will go until December 19th. For more information and for a full list of drop-off locations, please visit www.morongousd.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
And don't forget, it's the last weekend for the Sky Valley Swap Meet in Yucca Valley. They're open today and tomorrow until 2 p.m. The swap meet has been in the area for over half a century, and once it's gone, there won't be anything close to the Wild West, laissez-faire attitude of the Sky Village Swap Meet. Head down and take some pictures, chat with locals, and buy something from the vendors that have filled the 7 acres over the decades. This could be your last chance to buy something unique at old school swap meet prices. That's the Sky Valley Swap Meet right on the corner of Highway 247 and 62. Look for the big blue sign pointing westward. And that's your local news. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.